Welcome to Improv for the Podcast. On this week's episode, we're joined by Ty Hubbard, who will tell us all about his improvisational journey. We'll play a couple games, and most importantly, learn how he improved his life. Let's hit it. Welcome to Improv for the Podcast. I'm your host, Michael Lee Evans, and today we are joined by the incredibly talented, hilarious former college roommate, Ty Hubbard.
Incredibly talented.
The incredibly talented Ty Hubbard. How are you doing today?
Doing good, man.
Doing good?
Doing good.
All right. Thank you for being here. It's not often we get an Orange County resident all the way out here on the west side of Los Angeles.
So. All the way from the west side.
I think this, you might win the award for the guest who traveled the furthest to be on the show so far.
Really? Daryl hasn't been on yet?
Oh, wait, never mind.
Shout out to Daryl.
I don't know who's further.
Oh, wait, I'm definitely further than him.
Yeah, no, you're further. Ty, thank you so much for coming on the show. Before we jump into everything, could you just tell us a little bit about your experience here at IFTP?
Yeah, man. So, when did I start at IFTP? It was about a year ago. And I actually heard of it because of you. You were doing it.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, me.
I was just like, wanted to hang out more. And like, you were like, oh, I'm going to IFTP. I'm like, oh, I'm looking to try and do some improv. So then I was like, oh, let me try a class. And I fell in love with the class. I fell in love with Matt.
Ooh.
And as a teacher. And yeah. And,
Let down.
And I just like, I loved like, the environment, like no judgments. Before this, I was like in New York City and there was a lot of judgments.
Mm-hmm.
And I just love like how it's like every kind of person was here. And it's just like, it's just like such a warm, friendly place.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I just like, it's something really special here.
Yeah. Well, and as you know, IFTP's goal is to become actually more judgy than New York, and we're well on our way.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
cool.
That's always been a mission of the company. Yeah.
Nice,
No,
man.
but I agree, right? All types of people here, which is what makes it unique. But before we talk about improv a little more, Ty, we got to play a couple rounds of three things. And in the game, 3 things, what's going to happen is that I'm going to name a category, and you just need to list 3 things from that category. But as always on Improv for the Podcast, it's personal to you because I research all my guests, and well, for you, I know you pretty well. So
I like the way you just said, but you like hit it up. You're like, but.
Yeah.
You got like the format, man.
Oh, absolutely.
You got like the pod, you're like the Sean, what's that? What's the Hot Ones guy?
Oh, Sean Evans.
Sean Evans, man.
Yeah.
You're like the Sean Evans of improv.
Yeah. Oh, what a gift. What a gift. I don't even get to eat wings every week, though. So
oh, yeah, that's true.
It's kind of a shame.
You got to eat.
Yeah, you got to eat.
Fill in that.
Yeah, I'll figure it out. Maybe like popcorn or something.
Yeah, we got to eat something, though.
Yeah, eating isn't a good thing to do while podcasting, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's kind of gross. Nobody wants to hear that.
Yeah.
All right, so let's play some 3 things.
All right, yeah, let's do that.
All right, so here we go. These are 3 things. New England Patriots players.
Tom Brady.
1.
Oh, my gosh. Thomas Edward Patrick Brady.
2.
And...
Wait. 3 different players. You giving me one?
I did, but okay, well, there's different... Okay, Tom Brady.
1.
Let's go Julian Edelman.
2.
And let's go Willie McGinnis.
3. These are 3 things. Projects or roles that you've had or worked on.
These are 3 things?
No,
with you?
just me.
Okay, go ahead.
Project or roles that you've worked on.
Ooh, Blue Bloods.
1.
Chicago PD.
2.
And Into the Woods.
3. These are 3 things. Last category. Actors who inspire you.
Oh my gosh, these are tough. Tom Hardy.
1.
Christian Bale.
2.
Denzel Washington.
3. These are 3 things. All right, well done, Tyler.
Kate Blanchett.
There
She's
you go.
really good
4.
too, yeah.
Tar. I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't
but
seen it yet.
I've been to La Brea Tar Pits. Is that...
No, I don't know. I haven't seen it either.
Yeah, me neither.
Actually, I haven't seen anything she's been.
Oh, okay. You've
for
seen Lord of the Rings.
Oh, yeah. She's in that?
Golden. Yeah, Galadriel.
Oh.
Yeah. See, so you can say, yeah, I'm a big Cate Blanchett fan.
No, I knew
Galadriel killed it.
Yeah, killed it.
Remember that scene where she pours water? Amazing.
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 And she turns into like the evil elf.
Yeah, you will have a queen, more powerful and beautiful.
Is that what she says?
Yeah.
Dude, you're good at Lord of the Rings impressions.
You should know. We've seen those movies how many times?
So many.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so I want to circle back to those categories. Why did I ask you about New England Patriots players, Tyler?
Because I like the Patriots.
Oh, really? You do? Just like... That's all.
Brady.
Just a casual affiliation with them.
Just a casual fan. Man. Okay. Don't have a tattoo or anything on my ankle.
Yeah, definitely not. All right, so you're kind of a Patriots fan.
Just kind of, yeah. Just kind of a Patriots fan. Yeah, I love them. Yeah, it's been a hard upbringing. And by hard, I mean like really fun.
Yeah.
Because like I feel like I've been like spoiled rotten.
Oh,
like
absolutely.
The past like 22 years.
Yeah.
And it's been great. It's been great being a Patriots fan.
Is it hard as a fan to watch your team step down from greatness?
Next question.
Let's go. Pass. All right. So the next category I asked you about project or roles that you've worked on. So Tyler, you're an actor. So tell me about, you listed 3 projects, right? You said Blue Buds, Chicago PD, and Into the Woods. Tell me about one of those projects and what you did for it.
Well, I'll just tell you about Blue Buds because that was my first like TV role.
Whoa.
It was like my most like, I don't know. I was like the most pumped about it. I got it. I graduated from NYU grad acting, and that was the first thing I booked that summer after graduating. And yeah, I don't know, it was just like a really cool, like, it was a cool milestone for me. It was my first time being on TV.
Sure.
It was like a nice little small role, but it was like, it was fun. It was fun and nerve-wracking. And
what was your role on Blue Buds?
I played, what the heck was Manny Langston.
Whoa,
Manny Langston. A small-time druggie who basically all the characters, all the bad guys that I usually play, he was like the bad guy of the week. And he was like, what was I doing? I had to I opened up the episode where I was like shooting at like a cop or whatever, and then like it cut and like it hit the titles. And then I had like a scene at the end. It was fun. But it was like crazy nerve-wracking because like I remember like showing up on set and they had completely like blocked like off the street, and I was like oh man, this is all for me. And like you have like all like the people like standing there watching, and like I remember them saying action and just completely fucking up my first take. It's my line again. Like I had to do it back, and then I felt so insecure. But it was cool.
Yeah. Did you see Tom Selleck?
No. Why? Everyone always asks me that.
Because he's on it's Tom Selleck.
Yeah, no. I didn't get to work with Tom Selleck. Listen, I was on the streets. All right.
True.
Tom Selleck stays in the office.
True. Yeah, he's more of a paperwork he's pusher guy.
Yeah. So no, I did not see Tom Selleck, and I did not see Donnie Wahlberg either.
Okay. Follow-up question: if you did see Tom Selleck, what do you think his mustache smells like?
I think it's like indescribable. You know, like. I don't know, man. Like, what is God? Like, when you first see God, you know, like, what is that?
Yeah, what does God smell like?
What does God smell? What does God smell like? Yeah, dude. It's like, I fucked up, man. I missed out.
That's okay.
I missed out, man.
We all make mistakes. And, I already knew the answer to that question, but I wanted to ask you anyway, for the pod.
What's the answer?
Well, that you hadn't seen Tom Selleck.
Oh, yeah.
I already knew the answer.
Got you, yeah.
I've asked you multiple times.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah, all right. So that final category, actors you look up to. All right, tell me about Tom Hardy. What are some of those roles that Tom Hardy has portrayed that are your favorite?
Oh, man, so Tom Hardy was just like...
Bane.
The only reason I said Tom Hardy was because when I...
Venom,
of course. Oh, my gosh. He was like the first actor that I started like... really like researching and like studying, because a lot of my like, I don't know, like how I learned how to act in like the craft of acting was through, like I still say this, like my best teacher has always been Google and YouTube. I'm like, this, like we were roommates. Like all I would do is
watch
like
Mojo.
Yeah, watch Mojo and just like inside the actor's studio and just like waiting for a movie to come out so I can like watch the press of actors. So Tom Hardy, I remember he did this movie called Warrior with Joel Edgerton, Frank Grillo, Nick Nolte. Such a good movie, one of my favorite movies. And like I was just like so into like his research for the character. I was like, oh, is this what acting is? Like he got into like shape and like he wasn't an athlete at all before that. And I'm like, oh, I'm not really an athlete. Oh, maybe I could get in shape. Like that's what acting is. And I'm like, yeah. And it's just like I really loved how he did his research for his character. You know, Bane, he talked about how he gained all that weight, you know, eating like pizza and junk food. And then it's like, you know, they put heels on him. And I was just like so into like, I don't know, like how he researches a character. And that was kind of like my gateway into like researching like other actors. And for whatever reason, watching Warrior with him, like, I don't know, made me want to research the craft of acting more.
Because maybe you could see like how those things paid off that he did, like in the film itself.
Yeah, exactly. Like I thought his performance was insane. I thought he was a real fighter at first, and then I was all like, "Oh, this dude's an actor." I'm like, "Oh, what's acting? Oh, wow, he's doing all that research. Oh, wow, he trained where? Oh, he trained for this." Yeah, so it's just like, I don't know, like learning that like was kind of like like a gateway into the craft for me. Thank you, Tom Hardy.
This is an off-topic question, but what do you think his process was for Mad Max? So was it memorizing all those lines?
Memorizing all those lines. Yeah, just a lot of quality time with Charlize Theron, it sounds like.
Yeah.
It sounds like they really got along on that project.
Yeah, absolutely.
I saw that movie. I do not remember that movie at all. I saw that movie so high in theaters.
Oh, like Elevation? Like you were in Denver?
Yeah, I was in Denver. Colorado.
Yeah, you're on top of a mountain.
Very, very, very high.
Mile High City. Right?
Very Mile High City. Leave it at that.
You know, I've probably seen that movie at least 10 times.
Really?
I absolutely love that movie.
Really?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
That's one of my favorite
like
movies.
once. That's like my...
Yeah, I think it's so good.
It is good.
It's my favorite movie about a U-turn.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Don't they like go like to like, they like go just to like turn around and go back.
Essentially, yeah. They drive to a place they thought was there. It's not there. And they're like, I guess we'll go home. Oh. And then they go home. I mean, there's a lot that happens along the way, but it's really just a story about coming home.
Yeah. It's coming home, man. Yeah. Coming home.
Yeah. Not much better than that.
Yeah. I've seen it one time.
Okay.
Theaters.
Well, you should watch it again.
Yeah. Maybe when I'm not in Denver.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
We'll see when I'm not high.
Yeah. On level ground. All right. Sounds like a plan.
Ground.
All right, Ty. So as much as we could talk about Tom Hardy's many illustrious roles, from the one where he covered his face, from the one where he covered his face, I want to get into talking about improv a little bit. And improv, its role in your life, how it's influenced your craft and the work that you do, in acting and so many other things. So to start, thinking back, dusting off the old memory, when do you think the first time in your life was you learned about what improv was?
I'll say this. What was the first time I learned about improv? That's a good question.
Yeah. I came up with it myself.
Yeah, dude. It's deep. It's deep.
Yeah.
When was the first time I heard about improv? It might have been, I'll say this, the first time that I did improv and like I fell in love with it, at least like what I can remember, is when we did it in college.
In college, yeah.
We did. And okay, well, I'll say this. So in high school, they had like a comedy sports team and stuff like that. And I saw a couple of their shows. I never did it because I was always really intimidated and afraid of improv because like I didn't really know what it was. I thought it was just like going on stage and being funny, like SNL, being quick-witted and I wasn't that. And I'm still not that. I don't consider myself quick-witted at all. And so it's just like improv has always been like really, really intimidating to me. But then I learned that like when you have a character developed, like like we would do like we would read a play called Orphans by Lyle Kessler. And then we would like have those characters that we were like reading, me and Michael in college, and we would just like improv those characters like situations like around our apartment all the time. Yeah. Like we would just talk in those characters' voices, and I was all like, oh, this is so much more freeing.
Yeah.
Like if you have like a character, I'm like, oh, this is improv. Like you don't have to be like so quick and funny and stuff like that. But yeah, and then like learning that like it can be done behind like a character, and that it doesn't have to be like, I don't know, so performative and so like, I don't know, so funny all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And once I learned that, I like fell in love with improv.
Yeah, it kind of changed what it looked like for you. Because
exactly.
I think comedy sports, like when I think of that, I think of, people getting up on stage, trying to be funny really quickly.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what it is. That's high school level improv.
Yeah.
You know, and that's just one type of improv.
Yeah.
It's not every type. So, okay, so we're in college,
yeah.
right? You and me were roommates. And that was also the first time, we took an improv class, right? In our sophomore year.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, we did.
Shoot, man.
Do you remember? Yeah, we read Truth and Comedy.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, we danced like Michael Jackson as a warm-up.
Who was our teacher?
Monica.
Monica?
Monica Ganis.
Yeah.
Dr. Monica Ganis. Legend.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that kind of opened up like our improv outside of the classroom. Yeah. Bringing it home.
That must have been it.
Yeah, because we took that first semester sophomore year.
Yeah, and I just, because something happened when we were in college where I just fell in love with like this, with improv.
Yeah.
Because doing like those characters outside of work, and we did them to have a better connection with our characters, right?
Absolutely.
Like it's like that was the point of it. It's all like I remember when I directed you in that scene of This Is Our Youth.
Yeah.
And you and the other actress in the scene, I remember you guys were in rehearsal, whatever, and I was all like, just like improv a situation, like improv like a date night.
Yeah.
And I remember like you guys improv the scene, like you, or like, what was it? Like she came to like your apartment and you guys just kept going, and I recorded it. And it's just all like, what, like improv is like, it's like, it helps you find like, or it helps you have more of a connection to like the character that you're playing, I feel like.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why I do improv like every single audition I have.
Yeah.
It's like I prime myself with improv because it's like, I don't know, like as an actor, like before, like I used to just like attack a scene and like not do any kind of warm up or anything like that. But like improv, it's like the perfect gateway into like understanding that character's goal in the scene.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, it's like if you have to play like a character whose goal is to like make someone feel like $1 million in the scene, it's like you could do a little improv where you're like, I don't know, like you're taking like your 80-year-old grandpa out on his birthday, you know, and then you could just like go like, hey Gramps, like how's it going? Like so good to see you. Like I'm really excited to be taking you to the zoo, you know, and then from there you just like go into your lines. It's like improv's like, I don't know, it's like the perfect way to prime yourself into the emotion that you're going to in the scene.
Yeah. Yeah. I 100% agree. It helps you to flesh out a character that you already are trying to build.
Yeah.
Right? You can 100%. See like, how do I exist as this character outside of just a scene that's written?
Yeah.
Right? What does everyday life look like for them? What are these other situations or scenarios?
Yeah. And it's just like, improv's just like fearless truth telling, you know? Like it's like, oh, that was good, right?
Yeah,
it's like your eyebrows raised.
Yeah, I was like, ooh.
But it's true, man. It's just like, I love improv for characters. And it's just like, and it doesn't have to be like funny, and it doesn't have to be like so much like pressure. Like I would feel so much pressure like when I was like improving, but that's like all I did at NYU too. Like that's like all we did was improv all the time. And it's just like, I don't know, it's just like the perfect way to like express yourself, I feel like.
Yeah.
I love improv.
So what was, going back to college, What would you say was the first role or character that you played where you were able to use improv as a tool to kind of help your performance? What did that look like, and what was the process?
Oh my gosh. What was it? It might have been.
We messed around a lot, of course.
We did. Do you remember one?
I mean, I would maybe say, I can't remember his name, but the guy in Picnic.
Oh, Hal Carter?
Hal Carter, yeah.
Al Carter in Picnic?
Yeah.
Well, that guy, okay, so Greg Sims, who directed that,
Yeah.
he taught me this like way of acting through improvisation that, that I forget the book that it was called though, that he based it off of, Practical Handbook for the Actor, something like that. And then I learned more of that like at NYU, and I'm like, oh, this is like the perfect method. And it was just like, kind of like what I was explaining earlier. It was all like, like as an actor, you always have like an objective or a goal. I like saying goal, objective for some reason has never like clicked with me.
Yeah.
Like, so you always have a goal in the scene that you're playing as an actor, right? If your goal is to, I don't know, man, like make someone face like a hard truth, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like confront someone with like a hard truth, and then you use that action, and then you do a little improv, right? So that you can like feel that. So it's like, for an example, if my character, okay, I'm gonna start over. I don't know what I'm doing, but so what Greg Sims taught me in Picnic about the character Hal Carter was that you can use improv to give life to your goal as an actor. So like if my goal in the scene was to make someone face like a harsh reality, I could use an improv, I could personalize it, and I could just say like, oh, let's just say that I have like a 14-year-old brother, which I do have a 14-year-old brother. He's not 14 anymore, but he was at one point.
Yeah, you remember.
Yeah. And let's say that like he still believed in Santa Claus, right? And he was getting picked on at school for believing in Santa Claus.
Kids are mean, man.
Yeah. And I had to be the one to make him face that harsh reality, to make him face the fact that there is no Santa Claus. So right there, I could just like jump into an improv and just be all like, listen, man, I hate to be the one to tell you this.
What's up, Ty?
There is no Santa Claus. What are you crying right now? Look, I'm sorry that I have to be the one.
You're just like the kids at school.
Hey, I'm sorry I have to be the one to tell you this, but there is no Santa Claus, okay? You're 14. Hey, you're 14 years old now, man.
But
it's time to face reality. It's time to face the truth. And the truth is, you got to grow the fuck up.
But every Christmas morning, there's presents under the tree that weren't there the night before.
See, and then from there, you hold it, and then you go into the lines that the character has. You know what I mean? You go into the lines in the scene. So it's like using like that improv helps like prime yourself. Into, I don't know, like your character's like emotion.
Yeah. It puts you in the right context almost. Yeah, because otherwise you're just like some random person standing off stage waiting to go in, just like,
and that's hard, man. That's hard. Like
to snap into something.
Yeah, like Tom Brady doesn't just walk into a game and just go. He warms up.
He kind of does, though.
Yeah, he does. I mean,
well, now he does, but
now he does. Yeah. I mean, that didn't really work out for him this year, did it?
Well, not entirely his fault, but I think that's an interesting point, and I'm also really sad to hear that Santa isn't real. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, man.
So I'm gonna have to take some time to process that after off air. But
Easter Bunny's still real though.
Oh man,
no one tell me different.
Tooth Fairy's cool too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, those teeth gotta go somewhere.
They gotta go somewhere, man.
Those teeth gotta go somewhere, right?
Yeah, man.
Who supplies all the quarters to the world? I mean, it's pretty obvious. There's obviously a fairy in charge of that. All right.
Of course.
So this play, Picnic, right? You learned about using improv to kind of prime you for your goal in a scene, which I think is an incredibly useful skill. And I think something as a young actor would have been really helpful for me if that had clicked a little more. I think I figured it out later, but
we were doing different things. Like you were doing like your sketch comedy.
Yeah, different sorts of projects.
Yeah, and I was doing I was more into like, I don't know, like the character creation and like research thing, and you were more into like, I mean, I guess like that's the same. Like sketch comedy is like the same. Like you were more of like a writer, and stuff like that.
And sketch comedy to me is like done best when you improvise around the premise or the concept that you have to flesh out the sketch. You're like, hey, I have a funny idea, but I want to play with it a little bit to see what we can find in there. And that's where you find funny lines, funny moments, and characters.
Yeah, and you just go, and there's no like time limit.
Yeah,
too.
Yeah,
like,
you're just playing.
Yeah, like that's like what we would do, man. Like we would just like play. Like how long would we be in character for?
Hours. Yeah,
hours, man.
We'd go to get dinner. We'd be walking around. Like
it's like that's like acting, and like that's like why we like love it so much, man. Yeah. We can't do anything else because we just like we're just like so in love with the craft. Like we'll literally do that for hours.
Yeah, we'd spend our evenings just like coming back from class.
Why does that feel so good though? Why does it feel so good to like improvise and to like act for hours like that?
I mean, I know I have an answer for this and I'm curious to hear your thoughts, but I think for me, it's kind of getting back to like sense of play, right? Like imagination and being a kid, because you do that as a kid all the time.
Yeah.
You just kind of play and be someone else, be, a hero that you watch on TV or that you read about in a book. And as adults, we don't do that as much, right? But acting is one of the unique places where that can still happen. And it can be serious too.
Yeah.
Like, because
you can express yourself.
Yeah, you can express yourself and express feelings you might not normally feel, or be someone you aren't normally. Right? We're playing all sorts of characters.
Yeah.
Pirates and British people.
Yeah, British people.
Yeah.
My whole thing is you can really heal from acting. You know what I mean? Like you can like really heal like a hurt. So it's like, if you have a character, like the first thing that I like to identify is like the characters like hurt, like where they feel pain, like where they're like most like their biggest obstacle.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and then you identify that in yourself, and then you're like, oh shoot, like I'm kind of feeling that. Like maybe that's something that I got to work through.
You can relate to it.
Yeah, you can relate to it. And it's just like, hold for plane. Do you even get that?
It depends.
Oh.
Probably not, but.
Oh. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I forgot what I was saying.
Yeah. But thinking about how you can heal your hurt through acting, right? Maybe the character, you identify the characters kind of like wounds.
Yeah. This is going to be a super actory podcast.
That's why I wanted you on. Bring that actor perspective.
Super actory.
Yeah. That's what I was hoping for. So.
But yeah, it's cool. And then it's just like, I mean, I kind of saying before, like my whole thing was like, I never considered myself to be like really articulate, and acting kind of gave me a way to express myself because I had those lines.
Yeah.
But then finding improv in it, it's like, oh shoot, I can be articulate. I can be articulate through like my emotions and through like my actions.
Yeah. Yeah. Expression.
Yeah,
That's what it's all about. And characters are expressing themselves and you're expressing yourself.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Yeah, super accurate.
Really cool.
Yeah,
super accurate. Should we light up right now? Should we call some cigarettes, man?
And get Seth Rogen in here now.
Oh my gosh, dude! Oh my gosh.
Between all the pirates and British people and characters from plays that we pretend to be, we were pretty annoying, I think, to anyone else.
Oh, I don't think so.
No, you don't think we were? Well, like,
I think
not to each other.
No, of course not.
No. I was super into it, but
I mean, I just heard like rounds and rounds of applause every time we walked into rooms.
True. We left them wanting more.
Yeah, always.
Yeah. They're like, wow, what a performance.
Yeah, they were like, that Michael and Ty, man, they're
always on.
They're always on it, man.
Yeah.
They're on big things. They're doing big things.
Big things. Life. And now we're on a podcast. So there you go. Big things.
That's right, baby.
Big things. All right. So I want to transition over to talking about grad school and kind of your experience doing improv while you were at NYU. I was there for college, right? We were roommates. Yep. So I saw a lot of that and know what that process was like. But during your time at NYU, you said you did a lot of improv.
A lot.
Yeah. Talk about that.
So NYU was really good because they taught you like so many different tools as an actor. Like there wasn't like one style of acting that they focused on. Like that's the great thing about NYU grad is they're always like kind of like changing up their styles, changing up their techniques. But one common thing that I found was that like there was a lot of improv going on. So like, you know, we would do like a movement class with this teacher, Faye Simpson, who's incredible. And she would do like a lot of chakra work, right? Like the 7 chakras and like, you know, you got a root chakra and a bunch of different ones. And they're all attached to like possibly different like personas and personalities, you know? So like, for an example, like the root chakra is like, you know, like your feet. It's like your groundedness. Yeah. And then you would take that and you would say like, oh, this is either like exploded or an imploded or blocked or neutral. And so like an exploded root chakra would mean like someone like very, very, very like, you know, like assertive and like, you know, just like, hey, like, I don't know, like, you know what I'm doing? Like just like a very, very confident, you know, just like very like, you know, man spreading, you know, like those kind of dudes. Exactly.
Hang on,
that's like,
let me spread out a bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, like me, yeah.
Yeah. So like if you're doing a character, I don't know, he could be like a bro at the gym, you know what I mean? So it's like, you know, exploded root chakra. It's like, yeah, what up, bro? Like, how you doing, man? Like, it's like, you know, like, man, like, you know what I mean? And, you know, if you like implode that, make an imploded chakra, it's just like very like nervous energy, you know, like someone very insecure and just like, you know, not really confident and stuff like that. And then you would improvise like based off of those chakras. So like, what does an exploded root chakra mean to you? What does an imploded one mean to you? And then you would go down the line different chakras, and you would always improv to like kind of find that thing, you know, you would find that emotion or whatever that you're going for. We do it a lot we did like games classes all the time. Like we would have like instant Shakespeare or like instant musical. Yeah, everything was improv. I mean, it's just like there was just so many situations where you would put like characters in, because like at the end of the day, that was the main point, I feel like, of grad school. Like it's a 3-year program. First year, they tear you down. Yeah. They completely tear you down. It's all about just like getting rid of all the tools that you think makes you a good actor. And it's just, and that's done through a lot of like emotional like improv, you know what I mean? And it's just like beating the thing until you get the emotion, until you're able to get connected to it, which is good and bad. Yeah. And then the second year, they give you the tools. And then the third year, you kind of like bring it all together. So yeah, there's a lot of improv going on.
Just a little.
Just a little bit. Yeah.
What, can you tell me a little more about that games class? You said like instant Shakespeare, instant musical.
Games class.
Yeah. I'm definitely curious.
Games class was probably one of my favorite classes. We would do, I have to think because it's so long ago now. It was the second year. Yeah, it was the second year, and we would come back, and it was like the second semester. We would come back from winter break, and it was like a 2-month class. Yeah, it was like a 2-month class. It was like an intensive, like they like blocked out time just for this games class. And we did it every single day. And it was like, no, but it was like, it was so much fun. Like we would do like different, and it was just that. All you would do is play games, like theater games, improv games.
Oh man.
All you would do. It was so fun. And literally we would also be working on a play for like a different class. Yeah. So we would work on a play for a different class, and then we would bring those characters into games class, and we would like work on those characters in like different like improv situations. And like we did other things in that class. Like we went to like we were doing like the play A View from the Bridge by Arthur Miller. And I think he did that. Yeah, he did do that. Yeah. And that takes place in Red Hook, Brooklyn. So we would do like a field trip to Red Hook, Brooklyn, and just like, super cool. But yeah, it was just like a lot of like, I don't know, it was like a lot of just fun theater games, you know, and they would last for like like we would have like an instant Shakespeare or whatever, and it would last for like hours.
What?
Yeah, like those games would literally last. Like, and you would just keep going. You would keep flushing it out. And it just completely took the fear away from improv because like you do something for long enough, like this podcast. Like it's like this is my first podcast, I was like kind of like weird and uncomfortable at first, but then like the more that you do it, like the more comfortable that you get, and then you realize, oh, you're just doing the thing. Yeah, it was just like I don't know what the point of it was, but what I got from it was that that you don't got to be afraid of improv and stuff like that.
Gets rid of hesitation.
Exactly. Yeah. Maybe that was the point of it, to get rid of hesitation, to free you.
Just get out there and do it.
Yeah, just go do it, man. Just go do it. You got to do what you got to do.
That sounds like a fun class. I think I'm going to see if I can audit that class.
It was so fun.
Just that class.
It was so fun.
I don't want to deal with the rest. I'm going to just do that class.
It was all good.
Hey.
It was all good, man.
That sounds good. All right. So we finish up at NYU grad school. 3 years of work, done. You move into that post-grad life. You're auditioning, trying to get work. What role does improv play in your post-grad life? Because you're not in school anymore, right? You're not taking classes.
I had a really hard time post-grad life for a long time because like it was the first time in my life where I didn't have acting, and like I didn't have like a way to always do it because like my whole thing
wasn't given.
Yeah, like my whole thing was like, I am not the most gifted, like naturally like the most gifted actor at all. But I like I still like remember like in high school being like the only dude cast in chorus, and like my teacher being like my teacher being like, I think he meant it as a joke, but I took it seriously. He was just all like, so you're not actually thinking about doing acting for a living, are you? And I was like, yeah, I am. Yeah. So that was.
I don't know if high school teachers know. Like,
yeah, no, they know everything.
Yeah, they do. They were all right about me.
Clearly, yeah, they were right.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, but then like I took like that, and I was all like, oh, okay. Well, I'm just gonna study. I'm just gonna do it. And I always had opportunities to do it. High school, I did it. Like there was always like a high school drama class or like a high school musical.
Yeah.
And then in college, I got into APU, and then, like there was always like a show that we were doing, our class that we were doing
every semester. We had something.
Yeah, and I would always like be in my room, like just like trying to like study it on my own, reading books. My best teacher was always Google and YouTube.
Watch Mojo.
Yeah, watch Mojo.
Say it again.
Watch Mojo, man. And what was I saying? But then and then I was lucky enough to get into NYU, and then like more time to like own my craft and stuff like that. But then it stopped when I graduated, and I didn't have an outlet for acting. And that was really hard. Like, even though like I was lucky enough to book stuff, it was few and far between. And I was like very like missing like a part of me, which was like the acting and like the creating part. So I just fucking spiraled, dude. I fucking like just like got into a lot of self-destructive behavior and stuff like that because I didn't have like an outlet to act.
Yeah.
And then honestly, man, it wasn't until like I don't think it was until IFTP where I was like finally doing something like and then I finally started having fulfillment again as an actor because I had a great time when I was on set and like the TV shows that I booked and stuff.
When you get in the room. Right?
Yeah, but it's like, there's a couple weeks and then you're done. And then, I had to wait months, and auditions aren't the same.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, they're stressful. Like, it's just you and a camera and a backdrop. And it's just like, I miss like that human connection. So, and then coming here was where I like really, really found that. And, I loved coming here with you and like the few months that I was here. And it's just like, and it's just like, I don't know, like I felt so much fulfillment. And then, I'm able to do stuff now in my auditions and stuff like that gives me more of a fulfillment too. But yeah, it was very, very hard post-grad life because I didn't have an outlet. Yeah, I mean, it was tough.
Yeah, absolutely. So what changed? Or you said you came here, right, to IFTP. And you came here because I was taking classes here. Yeah. So you said that was like incredibly helpful, right? It got you in the room. So what was your experience like starting here at IFTP? You joined the Wednesday class with me, Matthew Moore, Wednesday nights.
Yeah. Yeah, Wednesday night.
Yeah, Wednesday night. Yeah. We're so biased on the show for Wednesday nights.
Are you? You got a lot of Wednesday nighters?
Well, it's the only night I've taken classes.
Oh,
yeah.
So yeah,
but I know I've met tons of people from the other classes, and they're all great too. It's just that
they're just not Wednesday nighters.
They're just not Wednesday nighters.
They're not Wednesday nighters. But yeah, I think just like getting back into it, man. Getting back into like acting and creating in some form. And again, like it was like I was starting off fresh when I first started on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Because, I got that fear again.
Yeah.
I got that crazy fear because improv is like the fucking hardest thing. Like doing it good and like improv, stand up, musical theater, all things that I love to watch.
Yeah.
But like
be in the audience for.
Yeah. But yeah, and it's just like, I don't know, like going on stage and like just like having nothing, having like no prompt, no lines, like, and then just like having to be like, because good improv at its best is like just telling the truth fearlessly. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's just, and he was just like finding that again and just like, I don't know, like that uncomfortability is so exciting. Like I was lucky enough to do like a few shows here and just like, like being in front of an audience again and not knowing what the fuck you're going to do. And just like, oh, I can. And, I love like failing. Like I love failing.
Oh yeah.
Because
this is
like,
the place.
Yeah, dude. Because it's just like, oh, it's just so like, it's so terrible, but it's so fun. Like when you're on stage and you're just like, you got nothing.
Yeah.
You got nothing.
Like, oh, this is tough.
Yep. You're literally like, I don't know. You're on the floor. You're on your knees. You're doing a scene. Yeah. You got to say something. You got to say something, but you got nothing.
Yeah.
It's just like, I don't know. Like those moments are just like the most entertaining to watch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And they're like, it's just like, there's something really exciting about being in those moments because like, I don't know. It's like, yeah, you're in trouble, but you're not in trouble because it's like, it's improv. Like you got nothing.
Yeah. You got nothing.
Know, man. I don't know what I'm saying. I like it. Yeah. I like improv. Yeah. It's cool.
No, I think you're right, though, talking about, like, the best moments are when you fail. Because it's just, eventually you're like, well, we're here.
Best moments are when you fail, man. And if NYU and IFTP taught me anything, it's that, like, you find the best shit in failure. You find the best stuff in, like, uncomfortability and, like, just, like, because sometimes, like, you don't know what to do, so you just do something, and then that thing that you do is like, whoa, it's, like, so, like, unpredictable and exciting, and then, like, the audience is just like, oh, did he just say that? Did he just do that? Oh, yeah, he did just do that. And then you're thinking, did I just do that? Your partners are like, did he just do that? And then everyone's now doing that thing that you just started, and it's just like, okay, here we go, yes, and.
Yeah. Yep. Yes, and. And then at the end of the day, you just agree and build.
Yes, and, baby.
Yeah.
Did you ever struggle with that? Did you ever struggle with, like, being insecure about being, like, quick-witted and, like, articulate? Because, like, you were always, like, naturally, like, really funny and, like, a good writer. Like, even, like, in college, like, your sketches were just always so good. And you just, like, always had a knack for comedy. Yeah. That was something, like, that I, like, always admired about you. Like, that you were, like, able to do that and able to be funny because, my method was a little bit different.
We had different methods for sure.
Yeah. Did you ever struggle with that?
I think sometimes, I mean, with anything you can doubt yourself. Be like, I don't know what I'm doing.
You're good at just jumping in and not giving a fuck.
Yeah. Being here and doing improv has helped with that a lot.
Yeah. You've always been like fearless when it comes to your comedy, though.
Yeah, it's easy.
Your drama stuff, like your dramatic scenes, you would always get in your head. Oh, your like comedic scenes, you were always just like so front forward with.
I felt comfortable. I just felt like I could jump in.
That's not funny. Isn't that funny how people are different? Like I would feel the opposite. I would feel like so comfortable in dramatic scenes, dramatic improv.
No, those stress me out because I'm like, I don't know how to do a good job with this.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know how to be funny.
Yeah. But we're different like that.
Yeah.
We're opposites in that way.
Yeah. That's why we don't get along.
Yeah, that's why it's such a struggle to get you here today.
Yeah, man.
I had to pay him $3,000 in cash.
Yeah. 3 times we had to reschedule this thing.
Yeah, and that's all the money I own in the world.
Yeah, there you go.
It's gone now, but it was worth it. No, I think for me, like, I think it's just the idea of you don't want to like try too hard.
Yeah.
Because I think people will notice it and be like, oh my gosh, this guy trying too hard. And I think there's been times where I know when I'm uncomfortable in my personal life, I'll get too, I'll put my foot down on the gas in terms of like wit and being jokey, and people are like, all right, you need to chill out a little
like
bit.
like you'll try too hard.
Yeah. To help bring ease to a situation, or if someone I don't know very well, that's much easier to do instead of actually trying to get to know them. It's just be like, like make jokes.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Are you talking about in a scene, or are you talking about just in life in general?
Both.
Oh, interesting.
Life imitates art, Tyler.
That's true.
Art imitates life.
That's true.
Yeah, it goes. I think it goes both ways for me. So I think, well, okay, I can think of a specific example where, say, for example, okay, so back in college, and this is a story that you know.
Yeah.
Our school was doing an adaptation of Dr. Faustus, and for some,
Directed by
Dr. Rachel Tracy.
Dr. Rachel Tracy.
Shout
out Dr. Rachel
and,
Tracy.
for context, Tyler ended up being cast as the role of Faustus in that show and did an excellent job. But before Tyler was cast in that role, I, for some reason, was also called back for Faustus. And, the leading man in a drama is not usually what I'm known for.
You want to explain what Faustus is?
And Faustus is essentially the story of, I don't know how to do a good job of this, a man who kind of summons a demon.
Yeah, well, it's about,
you played him.
It's a thing. Oh, man. I don't even remember that dude's name.
Christopher Marlowe.
Yeah,
right?
Christopher Marlowe wrote it back in the day. And it's about a dude who gets, he's living this boring life and he's not happy with where he is. And he gets an opportunity to change his life by making a deal with the devil. And that doesn't go too well.
Yeah.
And at the end of the show, at least in the end of our show, he has to make the decision. Well, wait, I'm not going to share that.
Yeah.
But I will say this, that the show was like, at least the one that we wrote, was about like this downward spiral, like this cautionary tale about how he gets more and more and more into like that lavish lifestyle, that sinful lifestyle.
Folks,
just like
7 deadly sins.
Yeah,
right?
yes, super like 7 deadly sins. Like all of his motivation is linked at least in one of those sins: pride, envy, lust, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's what the character is.
Yeah.
That's what Faustus is a little bit.
So obviously you hear that description and the first person you think of is me.
You would have been a great Faustus. Just you though. Yeah. Like being yourself, like being that character. Like not being satisfied with where you are in life. Like you could play that.
Yeah, well, I can relate to that.
Yeah, anyone could.
I think I do a better job now than I would have then.
Yeah.
I was young. I was like 20.
Well, we didn't know how to relate to characters.
No.
I didn't know how to relate to that character. I was fucking insane.
Yeah, we were young.
Yeah.
But where I was going with that story
go on.
Is because this is the penultimate example in my mind of like given a situation where I needed to do something dramatic and I didn't know how, so I added comedy to it.
Yeah.
So in the callback scene, it's the scene where he summons a demon for the first time, right? Mephistopheles?
Yeah. Sophie.
Yeah. We shorten the name, keep it simple. And of course, in the stage direction, Faustus opens up a book and it says he mutters an incantation. And I see that as an opportunity.
Yeah, you do.
And the incantation I muttered in my callback, this very dramatic scene, he's summoning a demon. He's making this decision. He's like, I'm sick of my life. This is a big moment for me. This is kind of an important scene. It sets the story into motion. I'm in that callback room. I go, expecto patronum. Expecto patronum, just right there. And I read once and then I went home, I think. So I just, I think I have the opposite problem where the idea of like those scenes or where you feel like an environment or a scene where you have to be quick-witted and fast to the funny, like that maybe makes you stressed out. I'm the opposite where, especially in college, and I think this is something I struggled with as an actor, right? Those scenes where things were heavy, right? There was an emotional weight to it. And I didn't always know how to approach that. So I was just like, there's jokes in here somewhere. But
do you still struggle with that?
That's hard to say because
you don't do a lot of drama stuff.
Well, it's just not something I do now.
Yeah.
I think I'd like to try again though. Just to experience, just to try, see what the process is like now versus then. Because at this point, that was almost 9 years ago. And I know a lot more Harry Potter spells now.
Yeah, there you go, baby. You got a whole fantastic beast, man.
Yeah,
to quote.
That's true. A lot more movies. With the internet, we can learn so many things.
The best movies. Oh my gosh.
Oh man. My favorite is how all the actors change.
Yeah.
Well, one in particular.
I'll say this, man.
Grindelwald.
About Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Like everyone talks about like how like, the Marvel movies and like Avatar's making bank and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If they brought those actors back, freaking Daniel Radcliffe, Emma Watson, Rupert Grint. Yeah, Rupert Grint. They brought them back.
Yeah.
For a Harry Potter movie.
Oh yeah. I'm there.
I'm there. I'm there multiple times. I'm there all the time.
Yeah. I like that crew. They're a good crew.
Yeah, I feel like that would blow every movie out of the water.
They're not even blue,
Man, they're not even blue.
No whales.
I want to see that.
Yeah. Not to rag on James Cameron's Avatar 2, The Way of the Water, but
I haven't seen it.
Me neither. Yeah. I only just saw the first one, so.
It's long. I mean, I heard it's long.
Yeah, I don't.
3 hours and like.
I want to bring us back on track. So I got a couple more questions for you, and then we're going to get into our games. So what do you think post your time at IFTP? Because for a lot of reasons, right? Cut that. Okay.
You can't cut any of this.
We can't.
Podcasting.
No.
You can't cut podcasts.
I'm going to edit this episode down to 20 minutes.
Okay.
It's going to be so fast. No. But kind of after your time at IFTP, how has improv kind of continued to influence the work that you're doing or your craft in, whether you're doing self-tape auditions or you are going out and shooting a role? What does that look like in your work now?
Sure. So, I kind of talked about this, but I'll talk about it some more.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I use it in all of my auditions. I use improv in all of my auditions to personalize.
Yeah.
Because I think that acting for me for a long time was me trying to create the ideal performance, like the performance that I think that the casting director or the producers or the directors would like the most.
Yeah.
And I would do that by putting on a character, by putting it on. And I realized that is the most general thing that you can do.
That's probably what most people are trying to do in there.
And it is. And it works. It works sometimes. Yeah. I'm not saying it doesn't work. Like sometimes if you can cry and you want to show the casting directors that you can cry, sometimes that works in getting the part,
Yeah.
But it's not like authentic. And like I've found for me, like improv is the best way that you could become like an authentic actor. Because like at the end of the day, all the best actors are themselves. Like they are themselves as the character. Like Daniel Day-Lewis, he's super method, but he's also Daniel Day-Lewis as the character. And he's built that character through his habits. I think freaking my left foot, all he did was like use his left foot in like character work. And it's he built up that habit. And so it's like you are yourself. And the best way that I've found to like be an authentic actor is through that personalization, like that improv exercise that we kind of were doing earlier.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'll give you another example. So it's like, I had a State Farm audition, right? And the State Farm line is, the State Farm personal price plan helps create an affordable price just for you, right?
Sign me up.
So if that's your line, right? First, you come up with a goal, right? So like, what's my goal? If I'm talking to like my best friend, like my goal is I want them to buy the State Farm personal price plan, right? So let's say I'm talking to like a best friend.
Yeah.
and I'm trying to get him to take a risk, to take a leap of faith, right? Because I want him to like join this price plan. I could personalize that by coming up with an improv exercise where, I don't know, let's just say I'm talking to you, like you're my best friend. Let's just say that you
confirmed. Nice.
Yeah. Let's just say that you went to school for, I don't know, law. Let's just say that you wanted to be a lawyer. Let's just say after APU that you went to law school or whatever, but you were so unhappy, but you were making money. Yeah. But your real dream has always been to do improv. I could go into that scene and I could just be all like, dude, like, wait, sorry. I'm confused why you want to go to law school, man.
I don't know. I mean, my dad went to law school.
Because of your parents? Yeah, dude. Well, you can't dictate your life based off of your parents' dream, man. I've seen you perform. I've seen you do comedy. I've seen you, dude. I've seen how talented you are, man. You cannot give up on that just to chase your parents' dream. Okay, the State Farm personal price plan helps create an affordable price just for you.
For me?
For you. You see? And then you just like, you use it, you prime yourself, and you go into the lines. That's how I use improv. My auditions.
Sold me. I'm quitting law school and I'm getting State Farm. Nice. Well, first I have to sign up for law school so then I can quit it. But
yeah, right?
Yeah. I'll make some calls.
Just like a way of personalizing it. Yeah. At the end of the day, you're the only one that could say it like that. Yeah. You could try to say it like Jake from State Farm says it in the commercials, but
they already have that.
They already got that.
Yeah.
You got to figure out how you will say it. You got to figure out your own authenticity with the lines. Yeah. And I feel like improv's the perfect tool to do that.
Now, do you think The Rock is one of the best actors because he's always himself?
I think The Rock's a great actor. I think The Rock's good at being himself, man. I think that there's a difference between being yourself and then, then there's
just being The Rock.
But then there's the character work that goes into it. Yeah. That's where like acting training comes in. Yeah. It's like you can be yourself and you can be a very charismatic actor. The Rock is one of them. The Rock's very charismatic. I love watching him. I love his work and he's really good at doing his thing. He's really good at doing his thing. Yeah. I don't know if he'll win an Oscar, if he'll ever do like a super transformative performance. He can. Yeah. He's totally capable.
If you put in the work.
If you put in the work, you put in the research. I mean, that's where those habits that I was telling you about kind of like come into like fruition. Yeah. It's like being a method actor. It's not like you're not actually like that character or else you'd be insane.
Yeah, that would be bad.
But it's like you do a certain thing for long enough, you're used to your character doing that. Like let's say that you have to play the guitar for a character. Like let's say that you're playing a musician. You're going to learn how to play the guitar through hours and hours and hours of research and guitar playing and building up that habit so that when you do it on camera, it's like it's second nature.
Yeah, so it seems like a natural, real thing.
Yeah, and it's like you do that through everything, through like trigger work, through like like relationship work, like everything's a trigger. And that's, I feel like, what creates a transformative performance are these different like habits and routines that you've built in yourself. And then you can use it and use some trigger work and then go and be free. Yeah. But yeah, I think The Rock's a good actor. I think he's good at being himself.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And there's only one Rock.
That's true.
I don't see The Rock and I'm all like, oh, he's trying to be like someone else.
He's just like that other guy. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what's so compelling is that authenticity. Yeah. So it's like people say like, oh, he always plays the same thing. Like, yeah, because he's damn good at it. Yeah. And people like it.
Jungle Cruise.
Yeah, man. I like Jungle Cruise.
Yeah, it's a solid movie.
I like Jungle Cruise.
Jack Black. Now there's an actor.
Oh my gosh, dude. Yeah. Jack Black's incredible.
Legend of the Game. Yeah.
Legend of the Game, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. All this was very actory.
Oh, absolutely. Okay. So my last question for you. What do you think is next for you? Do you have any goals or projects that you're working on right now? And in the future, whether improv, acting, where to next for Ty Hubbard?
I was going to tell you this off camera.
Oh.
No, nothing. I don't know, man. I'm just going to just keep doing my thing, man. I've been loving like creating content lately.
Yeah, tell us about that.
Loving creating. So I started like a YouTube channel.
Okay, yeah.
Called The Bad Actor.
The Bad Actor.
The Bad Actor.
The Bad Actor, no spaces?
The Bad Actor YouTube channel, baby.
Okay.
And it's just because like, one, I thought that name was kind of punk rock, and like, I feel like every like actor is like insecure about being called a bad actor.
Oh,
so it's
yeah,
just like,
100%.
I don't know. I don't know. I like
Own the
name.
title, yeah.
Yeah, I like the name. And it's just like trying to like, I'm just going through like different tools and actions and very like, you know, and I'm kind of basing a lot of it off of improv, funny enough, like just like little situations that actors can do, because it is that thing of like anyone can act. Like it's not like this foreign thing, like anyone can do it.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I've just had a really fun time, like just like creating like different like audition situations. Like I did one for Top Gun and stuff like that. And just, yeah, just like creating content and editing videos. Like I find that fulfilling, like, because being a struggling actor, it's like waiting for the email to come through or waiting for the phone to ring. It's just like so stressful, and you have no control over it.
Yeah.
So just like leaning into the things that you have control over.
Yeah.
Like creating content, like working out, you know, you're doing it with this podcast.
Yeah.
It's just like finding those things as an actor is what makes the struggle manageable.
Yeah.
Because like there is no time limit as an actor. No. It's a long game.
Yeah.
It's a long fucking game. And people see like that, you know, like the immediate success, and they're like, oh my gosh, I want my big break, you know, and there is no big break. It's a slow build, you know, you audition, you get co-stars, and you get nothing. Then you can maybe get a guest star, then you can maybe get a reoccurring, and who knows how old you are.
Yeah.
But you have to be satisfied with the fact that you are on this journey until you're 6 feet under. Because, yeah, and it's just like, and just like enjoy the ride, man.
Yeah.
And don't let the industry get in your head, man. Like, I'll tell you this. I had but I was, okay, a couple days ago, I had auditioned for Law & Order, right? And
Bum, bum.
bum, bum, bum,
The criminal
bum,
justice
bum,
system.
bum,
Yeah.
bum. And I had found out 3 p.m. on Thursday that I was a final select and that I was pinned for the role. It was a supporting guest star, 1 episode, but I would have to be in New York City that next day by 6:30 a.m. because that's when they film.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tight turnaround.
So yeah, no respect for your personal life or anything. And I'm all like, so, and then I started going into like, I started spiraling. I'm like, okay, I have to get off of work. I have to do all this shit. I have to I have to figure out like how I can basically work. I would basically have to have jeopardized like my money gig to do this Law & Order gig.
Yeah. Yeah.
All that for 3 hours later, finding out that I didn't get the job. But it's just like, you know, like you have to do all that
But
work.
it threw you into that headspace.
Yeah. And it's just like, you know, like the idea of like, you know, like, am I going to get it? Am I not going to get it? Now I have to take off work. And it's just like all these things I have no control over because we have no control of anything in the business.
Yeah.
And I hate that, man. I hate that. Yeah. But I forget where I was going with this. But like, yeah, just like trying to find like some control in this business that you have no control over.
Yeah. Control what you can.
Is what I'm trying to do, man.
And let the rest figure itself out.
Exactly. Because when the opportunity happens, I'm going to be ready. And it's like, you know, that's what I'm preparing for. That's why I'm staying sharp. That's why I'm like creating acting content, because I want to
stay on it.
Yeah, I want to stay on it, man. So when those auditions and those opportunities arrive, I'll be ready.
Yeah.
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 I like that, because luck is just preparation meeting opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah. It is, man. It's just like, having that confidence that you are going to make it. You are going to do what you're going to do as an actor. You know, there's no way. Like, it's like you study something every day and you like push yourself to do that thing. Like, look at you, man. Like, you weren't like now you're like doing like podcasts and you're like teaching like classes, and it's just like, you know, you're getting more and more and more opportunities, and these podcasts are really good, man. Here I am, 200th episode, you said?
Yeah, actually 300th episode.
The 300th episode?
Yeah, and we just passed Joe Rogan on the charts.
No, you did not.
Yeah.
You finally passed him? Wow.
Yeah.
Did you pass Impulsive yet?
Yeah. They're not even.
Oh, wow. They're not even.
They actually got delisted.
Oh, they did?
Yeah. Because of that Crypto Zoo scandal.
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah. Oh, it's a doozy.
I like Impulsive.
No comment. No comment.
We're so similar. That's why we're such good friends.
Yeah. We love all the same things.
Yeah,
particularly podcasts.
That's another really cool thing about like improv and like acting and like classes. It's like there's so many different types of people.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Coming together.
Yeah,
and meeting.
That's what I like about here.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, look at us. This place got us on a podcast. The two of us in a room.
Two of us?
Two people who can't stand each other.
Just a couple kids.
Just a couple kids coming together.
Kids together. Together forever.
Oh, wow. So lovely.
You want to do the Boston accent with me?
Wicked smart.
Chowder.
Chowder. I'm a chowder man.
Yeah, I watched that. I listened to that.
He
episode.
hates when I say that. But
Why?
I love it. Not actually, but you know, it's just fun to mess with.
Chowder.
He told me, Matthew Moore, he told me that people say that to him, like in class. They'll be like, "Hey, are you a chowder man?"
Oh, really?
They heard it on the podcast.
Popular podcast.
It's a popular episode. What can I say?
Man.
The people want chowder.
Yeah. Now, what Matt's doing here is so special.
Yeah.
It's like, I remember when we doing like a Christmas show last year. It was either Christmas or a New Year's show.
Yeah.
It's just like seeing like the love in the room.
Oh,
It's just like, it's just like
Energy,
all different
support.
kinds of people. No egos.
Just mine. Yeah.
Yeah, just yours.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's a cool place. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it is. With that said, you want to play some games?
Yeah, sure. Let's
Time to bring back games class.
Games class, baby.
All right. So the first game we're going to be playing today, Tyler, is called Coming Home. And I'm going to be here chilling at home, and you're going to be coming home from your job as a garbage man.
A garbage man.
Yeah. So you're a garbage man.
Glad you think so highly of me.
And you're coming home. That's all we're going to get. I'll black us out when the scene is done.
I'm sorry. You need to excuse yourself from the room.
Can you hose yourself off outside, please, Jeff, for me?
You have a problem with my line of work, Todd?
It's not the work I don't value. It's just that you're bringing your work home with you. Jeff.
Yeah.
You smell.
I smell.
Yeah, you smell like your work, Jeff.
What's wrong with smelling like your work? All right? You know what I smell like? I smell like hard work. Because I'm the only one bringing home the bacon here.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Look,
What are you doing? What'd you do today?
Jeff, I'm trying to get my Etsy shop, off the ground running, but I'm having a tough time finding a market for...
Listen, man, I told you there's an opportunity for you in the sanitation.
Shoelace covers.
What?
The shoelace covers. I told you that's what my store is about.
Shoelace covers?
Yeah.
What the fuck is a shoelace cover?
You know the little tip on your shoelace? I wanted to make cool, like, custom covers for those. They're called aglets, the little plastic part in the shoelace. I thought, well, what if I made custom ones that people could put on their shoelaces, to show their, like, personality.
Like I said, there's a job for you in the sanitation department if you want it. All right, man? You got it. You got to move on from the shoelace thing, man. You got to move on.
Look, I know I'm a few months behind on our rent.
10 years. Been 10 fucking years you've been trying to do this thing.
Just give me 2 months.
2 months?
2 months. And if I don't start making big money on my sales for my Etsy shop, Todd's Shoes, then I'll come join you at the sanitation department. And I'll deal with the smell.
Deal with the smell.
Yeah. But some things are going to change around here.
Yeah?
if I get that job, we're going to hose ourselves off before we come in the house.
Oh, so you're making rules now?
Yeah.
I'm making rules.
I'm making rules. You know what?
It's kind of hot. Yeah, baby.
You like that?
You like that stinky stank?
You like that when I spray you with the hose?
You like it when I spray you with my stank?
Blackout!
Oh my God. Spray you with my stank?
That's the scene's got to end there. It's not going to.
Shoelace covers?
Yeah, you don't.
I legitimately didn't know what that was.
Well, I don't know what that is. I made it up. But,
actually, there's a market for that.
This thing is called an aglet.
Oh.
And I don't know. I just shoelace. Like, what if there was a cover you could put over that?
Wait a second.
To customize it.
Like I was going against it for to make like some interest in the scene.
Yeah.
But like in my head, I was thinking it's a damn good idea.
Is it though?
So you can do different colors.
It might already exist.
I haven't heard.
I don't know. I don't know what that aglet cover. Maybe we should cut all this out because it's such a good idea.
No, dude.
I don't want anyone to steal it. I got to head to
true.
the patent office real quick.
Do it. Do it because I want one.
All right. My new Etsy shop, Shoelace Covers R Us.
Yeah. Let's start it.
Yeah. Let's start. Let's quit. Drop everything.
Came for a podcast, left with an idea.
Left with a fortune.
Yeah. With a multi-million-dollar fortune.
That was nice. I really liked the work you did coming in.
Thanks. I like the work you did.
Great job. I love that you named me,
Todd.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on to our next game. This next game, it's going to be a lot on you, but I'm going to help you out. This game is called Explain Your Tattoo. And
I don't have any tattoos.
You're going to show off to me the new tattoo you got. And I'm going to give you a one-word prompt to help you think about what the tattoo is. So your prompt is going to be a triangle. So you have a new tattoo. Your prompt is triangle. And I want you to tell me about it.
Yeah. It's cool, man. Triangle.
Hey, dude, what's up? I heard you got some new ink, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yo, I got a fucking...
Tell me about it. Phil.
Bruh. So, there's, my favorite guy of all time.
Yeah, your favorite artist?
No. Guy.
Just your favorite guy?
My favorite guy
of
all time. Don't interrupt me again.
Sorry.
His name is Phil Jackson.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What'd I say?
Sorry, you just made me nervous.
I thought the scene was going to be about me.
Yeah, sorry. I was just trying to agree. No, I want to hear about Phil Jackson.
Every day with you. Do you want to hear about my new triangle tattoo?
Oh, you got a triangle tattoo?
God damn it. I spoiled it. I was going to go into a whole story.
Okay, well, explain what's behind it.
All right. So, I got a new tattoo off of my favorite guy, Phil Jackson. He does this thing called the triangle offense, right? So I'm really into triangles, and also it's my favorite shape of all time. So I figured I'd get a triangle tattoo.
Nice, dude. I'm speaking now. Where'd you get the tattoo?
Why would I tell you that?
Because you're telling me about the tattoo.
Yeah, but I'm not telling you where it is.
Okay, well, I'm going to guess it's on your lower back.
You would guess.
Yeah.
Partially correct.
Oh, nice. Sick, dude. So we talking is this a white ink tattoo, or is it just just a nice black triangle?
Nah, bro, what's a white ink tattoo?
White ink. It's when instead of black, the ink is white.
Oh, shit, man. You blow my mind right now.
Dude, I have 2 tattoos. I know a lot.
You got 2 tattoos?
Yeah, man. I got the one up here. It's a nipple and then a line, so it looks like a winky face, but the nipple's one of the eyes.
You got a tattoo on your nipple?
Well, no, it's near the nipple.
You got a tattoo near your nipple?
Yeah, but it's not as cool as your triangle back tattoo about the Chicago Bulls.
Oh, yeah. No, it's not.
Is it what kind of triangle? Is this an isosceles triangle or acute or obtuse? From math?
Asking a lot of fucking questions.
Dude, I just love sick tats, dude. My favorite thing about other people's tattoos are the stories behind them.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to tell me where your tattoo is.
It's on my butthole.
Blackout. That is lower back.
That is lower back,
That is
right?
lower back.
Lower back.
Lower back. That
was interesting.
That sounds painful.
Yeah, I mean, I know from
personal experience.
Yeah, butthole tattoos. Whew.
Yeah. I know. I have 3. Don't ask.
You do?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah,
You know
man.
that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, man. That's cool.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, I'll show you off air.
I love this podcast, man.
Yeah.
I love this interview.
Yeah.
Can't wait to clip this.
That's good.
This butthole tattoos.
Yeah, that's going to kill.
triangles.
That's going to do numbers, man. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to play one more game.
Oh, please.
One more game. And I'm... Okay. So in this game, the relationship we have to each other is that we're both wizards. And here's what I need you to ask. Just love or hate. Pick one.
Hate.
Hate. All right. So you hate me. I love you. And we're both wizards.
Oh, my God.
Thaddeus, it's great to see you. I love that hat you got there.
Oh, God. Here we go.
It looks like you freshly laundered that hat. Right, it's got the little stars on it.
What are you even saying to me?
I like your hat, mate. I was sitting over here brewing up a new potion. I'm trying to cure male pattern baldness. And I looked over there and I thought, why should I make a potion for male pattern baldness when my good mate here, Thaddeus, he's just got a lovely hat on? Why not just give everybody who suffers from male pattern baldness one of them lovely wizard hats? Right?
Demetrius.
Yeah, what, mate? What, Thaddeus?
You got to stop with the accent.
What?
Okay? You are a 24-year-old man.
I'm a wizard of the realm.
No. You're from Denver, Colorado. Okay? And you got to stop. You got to stop doing this. It's every day. It is nonstop. And it's driving me fucking nuts. Listen, I love you. And, I love you. I respect you. But in not a lovey kind of way, in like a I detest you kind of a way. But that's why I need to tell you, man, you gotta just fucking chill.
I can't stop being magic. I'm a wizard. What you're asking me to do is give up my dream.
Oh my God.
And look, you're my best friend.
Yeah.
But I thought we were going to be wizards together.
You're right. I'm your best friend.
Yeah.
We're not little kids anymore, though.
We've been playing wizards in this attic for 15 years,
now
mate.
It's time. Now it's time to get out of the attic. Don't you ever think it's time to get out of the attic?
We should play wizards somewhere else, at the park or at a shopping mall.
You are not a wizard. Harold. Harold, look at me. Look at me, Harold.
Right, Harold is... I'm not Demetrius the wizard.
You're not.
I'm Harold Jenkins from Denver, Colorado.
Yes.
Born and raised. I've been friends with you, Carl Stevens, for 15 years.
That's right, baby.
Your name isn't Thaddeus.
No.
And the hat you're wearing is just a baseball cap. It's not a wizard's hat to help prevent male pattern baldness.
No, it's not. Experience reality. Experience reality, Harold.
We're just at my parents' house playing in the attic, like we have done for so many years. Mm-hmm. You're right, we're 24.
Yeah, baby.
We're halfway through both earning our associate's degree in communications.
Yeah, you're halfway.
From Denver Community College School for Adults and Friends.
Mm-hmm. And no more Harry Potter. Hey, do not take off that hat. No?
No, I want you to have this.
No.
If I'm letting go of Demetrius the wizard.
That stinks, and that has your dandruff all over it.
It's true. I do suffer from chronic winter snowstorm like dandruff. I don't know how to face life without being a wizard, Carl.
It's just one day at a time, man.
Yeah.
It's just one day at a time. You just got to take off that hat. You got to walk out that door. You got to say, hey, world. Actually, you know what? Put that hat back on. You got a lot of stuff going on up there. Keep it on, baby.
I guess I'm a little confused because you said...
Yeah, I changed my mind.
I started taking off the hat.
I saw what was on.
Then you told me to put it back on.
I saw.
And then you said to take it off.
Yeah.
And I just like...
No, I get that I'm confusing you, but I saw how your forehead, upper part of your forehead looked.
Oh, yeah.
Disgusting.
Blackout.
Really took a turn there.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Wow, what a beautiful scene of two young men accepting themselves and facing the world.
It's just there's a lot of tension in all of the scenes that we do. I feel like there's a lot of like.
I mean, I just always feel like we're about to laugh.
Yeah,
more than anything.
I mean, we are. This,
yeah,
definitely.
Look, we have an energy that's so hard to capture.
It's the chemistry of fill in the blank
of life, man.
Chemistry of life.
Yeah.
Chemistry of friendship.
Of history.
Chemistry of...
Yeah.
I don't really like the word chemistry.
I don't know. It's a class you take, you know. Yeah.
One time I had a chemistry teacher in high school. Her name was Mrs. Rich. And on the last day of class, I went up to her and I was all like, thank you so much, Mrs. Rich. It's been real. And she just looked at me and she was like... Yes, it has, Tyler. It has been very, very real.
Wow.
I didn't pass that class.
Oh.
But I didn't take it again with Mrs. Ray.
No, that's probably a good call. It's probably a good call. Sounds like you and her didn't see eye to eye.
No.
All right. So, Tyler, thank you for playing those games. Are there any final words you want to leave us with before we conclude this episode?
Final words.
Yeah. Last thoughts.
No, I got nothing.
Yeah, you've said it all in the episode.
Yeah, I don't even remember what I said, but I said something. I woke up like a couple hours ago.
Leave it on the page.
That's right.
Or in the podcast.
That's right.
All right. Well, thank you so much to Ty Hubbard for joining us. If you want to check out some of what Ty's doing right now, you can find him at The Bad Actor on YouTube as well. He's on other platforms, Instagram. Go ahead and check out his stuff. Makes some really great content about acting, learning how to be an actor, the tools and tips of the trade. But thank you again for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Deuces.
Improv for the Podcast was created by Matt Moore and Michael Lee Evans. Edited and produced by Michael Lee Evans. And finally, presented by Improv for the People. Interested in more IFTP? You can visit us at improvforthepeople.com or on our socials, such as Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. Remember, new episodes are released weekly. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next time.